Did you know that the pile of dirty dishes in the sink might be the most potent contraceptive in your marriage? It may sound like an exaggeration or even crazy to say this, but the raw, naked truth is that most relationships don't end because of a lack of love or grand soap opera-style betrayals. They die silently, suffocated by the resentment of the one who feels alone carrying the burden, while the other just watches. I know you've heard that marriage is hard, but let me tell you something counterintuitive that will change your game. Harmony in bed doesn't start in the bedroom. It starts with the fair division of household responsibilities. If you feel the passion has cooled or that fights over clutter have become routine, the fault isn't a lack of chemistry, it's the lack of a shared goal. Today, I'm going to hand you the map that great leaders use to rebuild entire cities, and it will save your intimacy. I will prove to you how the simple act of cooperating in household chores can be the missing key to reigniting overwhelming desire and bringing back the mutual care you both miss so much. Stay with me until the end, because what I'm going to teach you will transform your home from a battlefield into a sanctuary of peace and pleasure. Imagine a ship adrift where the crew is rowing in opposite directions. That is exactly how a relationship feels without a shared goal. When a couple loses sight of the we and starts focusing only on the I, the structure of the house shakes. Not from a lack of love, but from a lack of alignment. It is common to see husbands and wives out there who share the same roof, but live in completely distant mental worlds. That feeling that the boat is spinning in circles arises because no one stopped to define where they are sailing. That is where things get tight and the situation boils over, especially when the heavy routine knocks at the door and the perception of injustice settles in the living room. The wife arrives exhausted, sees her husband relaxing, and thinks, "We both work, but only I continue working in here." This mathematical calculation of who does more is the poison that kills harmony silently, day after day. Resentment grows like weeds in an abandoned garden, transforming the home, which should be a refuge, into a cold and calculated battlefield. To get out of this vicious cycle, complaining alone won't work. You need to act with emotional intelligence and practicality, just like great strategists do. I suggest you grab a simple notebook. It could be a moleskin or a regular notepad, and do a home inventory on a Sunday afternoon accompanied by good coffee. List everything that needs to be done, without accusations, just data. Because when we visualize the whole picture, mutual care stops being abstract and becomes a list of real actions that save the marriage. Often the problem isn't even the dirty dishes in the sink, but the invisible mental load that one of the two carries alone, like a backpack full of rocks. If there isn't a sharp sense of team, where one notices that the other is bending their back under the weight, the connection breaks. It's like a tennis doubles match. If your partner rushes to the net and you stay stuck at the back of the court watching time pass, the game is lost before it even ends. The scarcity mindset, "if I do this, I will lose my rest time," needs to be urgently replaced by a mindset of abundance and cooperation. In a successful marriage, no one wins if the other is losing. Either both win or both lose. Think of the relationship as a joint emotional bank account. Every time you help without being asked, you make a fat deposit that yields compound interest of happiness and peace for the future. Look at the most successful companies in the world. They don't function based on improvisation or every man for himself, and your home shouldn't either. If the goal is to build a prosperous life, treating household chores as a burden is a primary strategic error. Face doing the laundry or organizing finances as direct investments in the quality of life you dream of. But mind you, understanding that there is a problem and that the division is unfair is just the first step on this ladder. For the gears to turn perfectly and the weight not to fall on anyone, we need to look at the great masters of efficiency. There is an ancient secret about how to distribute forces that transformed entire cities and won world championships. And it is exactly about disorganizational tactic that we need to speak now. Think of an elite sports team lifting the world championship trophy. Do you think the goalkeeper feels envious of the striker who scored the goal, or that the defender thinks it's unfair not to have appeared in the main photo? Of course not, because the sense of team is above individual ego. In a solid marriage, the logic is exactly the same. It's not about everyone doing the same thing, but about everyone looking at the same final scoreboard. The victory of one is, inevitably, the celebration of the other. This ancient wisdom leads us to the story of Nehemiah, a leader who had the impossible mission to rebuild the walls of Jerusalem that were in ruins. He didn't try to do everything alone, nor did he order everyone to do the same task in a disorganized way. On the contrary, with strategic cooperation, he put some to carry stones, others to lay bricks, and a specific group to stand guard and protect the work from enemies. Notice that the genius of this strategy lay in specialization combined with a unique purpose, the safety of the city. Bringing this to our reality, the couple's shared goal must be to keep the city, which is the family and the home, safe and prosperous. Perhaps one of you has a natural talent for finances and should be the treasurer, while the other has the gift of organization and should manage the household logistics. To apply this today, I suggest you do a talent mapping in a frank and relaxed conversation. Identify what each is exceptionally good at, which could be cooking, negotiating contracts, or planning vacations, and divide tasks based on these strengths, not on outdated traditions. Read biographies of great leaders or books like The Servant by James Hunter to understand that leading and serving are sides of the same coin, essential for the harmony of the home. When each assumes their post with pride, competition disappears and gives way to mutual admiration that strengthens bonds. The one who stands guard protects the one who carries the material, and the one who carries the material builds the shelter for the one who watches. It's a virtuous cycle of mutual care, where the phrase, "that's not my obligation," is banished from the vocabulary, because everything that affects the partner affects the final result of the game. Don't be fooled into thinking that this division of tasks distances the couple. In fact, it creates a synchronized and efficient dance. It's like an orchestra where violins and drums play different notes but compose the same grand symphony. The secret lies not in the equality of tasks, but in the equivalency of effort and the certainty that both are sweating for the same trophy. However, there is a silent danger when this gear fails and one side feels overloaded, carrying the weight of the wall alone. What happens out of sight, in the kitchen or the living room, has a devastating impact on a very specific place in the house, a place where connection should be maximum, but which often cools down without the couple realizing the real reason. If we want the flame of passion to remain lit, we need to understand that harmony in the bedroom starts much earlier, in the kitchen or the living room. It is biologically and emotionally impossible for a spouse to feel desire if they feel exploited or undervalued all day long. Intimacy is not a switch you flip at bedtime. It is the direct result of how you treated each other since the alarm went off in the morning. A spouse who carries the world on their shoulders and feels the partner is more of a burden than a support loses admiration. And without admiration, there is no genuine attraction. Mutual care is the greatest aphrodisiac that exists, much more potent than any candlelight dinner or expensive gift. When you wash the dishes without being asked or take on a boring bill to sort out, you are actually saying to the other subconscious, "I take care of you. You can relax." To break the ice and solve this today, I propose an exercise of courage and radical transparency that few couples dare to do. Sit down in a calm moment, perhaps with wine or tea, look into each other's eyes and ask the golden question: do you think we make a good team here at home? This simple phrase, loaded with sense of team, has the power to tear down walls of resentment that took years to build. But attention, act as wise listeners. Let the answer guide your actions without falling into the trap of defense or immediate justification. If the answer is a no or a more or less, face this as valuable data from a GPS recalculating the route to success, and not as a personal attack. To improve this communication, I recommend reading Crucial Conversations by Carrie Patterson and al., which teaches how to navigate these tense dialogues with mastery. True cooperation transforms the dynamic from annoyed roommates to accomplice lovers in the blink of an eye. When you share the weight, vital energy remains to invest in what really matters: pleasure, small talk, loose laughter, and romance. Helping with household chores is a preliminary form of love, concrete proof that you value the rest and sanity of the person you chose to walk beside you. Do not underestimate the power of a clear shared goal to create a home where both feel nourished and respected. Visualize the relationship as a high-performance company where the final profit is marital happiness. If one partner is going bankrupt from exhaustion, the whole company closes its doors. Balance in chores restores dignity and opens space for vulnerability and affection to inhabit the house again. Now that we understand how the diagnosis of the problem, the division of tasks, and intimacy are interconnected, we have the complete treasure map in hand. But having the map is not the same as walking the path. There is a master key, a final principle that ties it all together and ensures this change isn't just a flash in the pan of 1 week, but a lifelong transformation. Knowledge without action is merely an illusion of progress. Now that you have the key to unlock cooperation and end the domestic war, the question remaining is not if you will change, but when. Are you going to wait for resentment to completely sour your shared goal, or will you start today, right now, to act with the mutual care that an elite marriage demands? I want to see your commitment down below. Write in the comments which specific task you are going to take on or reorganize today to relieve your partner's burden and prove that there is a sense of team in this house. But listen well to what your mentor is going to say. Dividing the dishes and the bills is crucial for routine, but there is a silent poison, even more dangerous than physical mess, that has to do with what you do not say to each other. I posted a video recently that touches exactly on the wound regarding the danger of keeping feelings inside and not opening up emotionally. It is the perfect complement to what we learned today and is already appearing highlighted there on your screen. Watch it, because true harmony depends on it. To not miss any strategy on this journey of building an indestructible relationship, subscribe now to the channel and turn on notifications. Let's transform your life together.